they wouldn't take my credit card. No, they wouldn't take my debit card. So I had to pay in cash.
Oh, really?
And I hate paying in cash. I was pulling out nickels and dimes. I look even worse now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. She's
the
over
bill,
there.
You can't pay for it. She's there with like a crisp $100 bill. You're fiddling with nickels and dimes.
Yeah, and as I'm getting, like, I have most of it, but I figure, well, a toonie is going to be too much as an extra tip. Like, I'm paying the 15%, but I'm not paying a penny more. And I have a toonie, and it's like, no, toonie is too much. I'm going to start going through my nickels and dimes. And then just as he's coming by, girlfriend says, if you don't have enough money, I'll pay for it.
Oh, man.
And it's like, I have enough. And now it was an upsetting end to a very
uneventful weekend.
I was going to say fulfilling evening, but that made it sound like it was very fulfilling in other activities.
Just in the sense of your belly, it was fulfilling.
That was all it was. Just a sickening, fulfilling feeling.
Oh, man. Now, Matthew, this gets me thinking. I read in the news recently that there are a couple businesses in Montreal that are not accepting cash. They're doing the opposite of what this Crystal Sushi place did. They do not mess with dollar bills, y'all, because they don't want their talented, trained employees wasting their time breaking money, making change. I work in the service industry. The amount of time I spend making change is probably less than the amount of time I spend fiddling with the terminal to accept a card.
But I feel like you've had practice also.
Of making change?
Maybe they don't want to spend the week or two it takes for someone to get really good at
making change.
It's
It's basic subtraction.
I think that's a weird excuse for not accepting cash.
Yeah, I feel like, first, this is legal tender. This is money.
Dollar bills.
That other stuff is pretend. Yeah, that other stuff is pretend money. Digital, imaginary money.
Yeah.
Give me the hard cash. Give me them toonies.
Now, there's two different sides here, because I think a lot of places are only taking cash because they want to avoid the
extra
charges. Some of the businesses just might not be on the up and up. I'm pretty sure if you go to Guzzo cinemas, they still don't take debit cards.
Wow.
The last time I went to one, I tried to pay with a card, and it's like, well, it's a movie theater. They're going to take any kind of payment. And no, they had a little guichette in the box office area. You go there.
Go use the machine if you ain't got no cash.
Yeah. It's like there's a $4 fee, and then you can pay us in cash so we can not claim this money.
Yeah, exactly. You have to pay the fee. They don't want to pay the fee.
Exactly.
I don't understand how it could go the other way. I feel like cash gets you places in this world.
It does.
If you're at a bar and you're waiting in line and you're trying to get the bartender's attention, you don't wave your debit card around. You pull out some money, you show it. I'm here to spend money right now. Here's the money.
Sure.
If you're trying to get into a highfalutin club, some kind of fancy nightclub, discotheque, as the Europeans say, you see the doorman? You don't slip him a debit card. You don't pull out one of those little white cubes that he could plug into his phone so you could swipe it. Cash gets things done, Matthew.
It gets the message across.
Yeah.
You mean business.
That's right. You pull out a money clip with a thick wad of cash, means you're in business. You pull out a, busted ass old debit card that's got a crack in it, but still kind of works because the chip is in order. Come on, get out of here. Cash is the way to go. And I don't like this trend of moving away from cash.
I'm pretty sure it's the way the future is going to go.
Oh, it sure seems like it, Matthew. We already lost the penny.
And I thought that was something they could never do. When they even brought up the idea of possibly getting rid of the penny, I'm like, oh, why are they wasting their breath? It would throw the world off.
Now, let's get into this, Matthew. I feel far less strongly about the penny and its use in the world. I feel like, 100 years ago, you could buy a thing for a penny. Now, you can barely buy anything for $1.
Well, it's not so much what you can buy with a penny, because I don't think you can really buy anything, but it's just all the prices, the way that everything works. It's never an absolute, this is $1. There's always taxes, and they change region to region. It's always different, and unless you fix the way that everything is priced and just fix it seems like so much work. And so what they did instead is they just decided we're going to round. I think 90, 96, 97, you round down to 95. 98, 99, you round up to a full dollar.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it just seems crazy to me, because how do you keep track of your books that way? How do taxes get done? How does anything make sense when you're just rounding, not arbitrarily, but still, they say it'll balance out, but it's not going to balance out 100%. And if you're dealing with pennies, I mean, this is the whole plot of Office Space. They were just, siphoning off a couple of pennies here and there.
It all adds up.
Leads to millions.
Now, I'm wondering if, let's say, okay, I figure that most places have things of varied prices, and the rounding just kind of does work out. And it generally kind of balances out. But let's say a dollar store where almost everything is at $1. So it ends up at, I guess, $1.15 or $1.16 after taxes.
Yeah.
Or $1, I guess if it's everything's 99 cents, it might be at $1.14.
Everything's at $1.15 generally there, unless it's one of those premium items.
So it doesn't really matter. It still is ending at a nickel.
Yeah.
This is not a applicable situation.
Yeah.
I generally believe it all kind of rounds off, and maybe you lose a few cents of the course of the year.
Yeah, but I just feel like with the right business model, you could be walking away with millions of dollars extra, and with the wrong one, you could be losing millions, and you're not sure exactly where they're going. Where is it going? Oh, it's because we've been rounding up all this time. And
see, the other factor, though, that we need to think about is very few people are now paying cash. It is all digital. They are getting those cents.
But you're paying digital, you're losing pennies, Sebastian. Actually, you're the one who likes paying in cash, so you want to hold on to those pennies.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get the pennies. I'm going to get a nickel instead.
Yeah. So everybody else paying with their debit
or
and credit
sometimes
cards.
not.
Sometimes not. You got to make your purchases based on if you're going to get that nickel back or not.
Yeah, that's it. It's really, how's this going to round off? Debit.
Yeah. Every time it's like, before I buy this, I need you to tell me, am I going to get the nickel back? And it's something you could do in your own head, but why do the extra work?
Maybe I will, and I'll see how much I gain or lose.
Yeah. But
So Matthew, you walked into Copper Branch. You started looking at that menu. What was going through your head, Matthew? You've been very outspoken about your distrust and distaste for veggie burgers. What did you think? They had 4 veggie burgers on their menu, Matthew.
Yes.
It was the Mushroom Galaxy Burger.
Yeah.
The Spicy Black Bean Burger. The Copper Burger. And the Shiitake Teriyaki Burger.
Yeah. Now, if you notice, 2 of the 4, 50% of those burgers are just chock full of mushrooms. Mm-hmm. One of them is like you said, a Mushroom Galaxy Burger. Don't even know.
Spacey.
Don't know what it means, but it just sounds like a galaxy of mushrooms, and it's not a place I want to live or a burger I want to eat. The other one was a Shiitake Teriyaki mushroom burger, and I almost got it.
But that was also a mushroom burger.
I know, but I figured, I'm going to hate this. Let me just go all in.
Do you not like teriyaki?
Well, teriyaki, sure, that's fine, but it depends what you put in the teriyaki.
I guess. I don't know enough about teriyaki.
Well, I mean, steak teriyaki, yeah, good.
Oh, okay. What the meat is that's involved with the teriyaki.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you put a bunch of spider cocoons in teriyaki.
Did you say expired cocoons?
Well, expired cocoons, sure, but I said spider cocoons. You put a bunch of spider cocoons in teriyaki, it's not a good selling point.
Do spiders use cocoons?
Well, you've never seen a spider sleeping in a little cocoon in the corner of your wall?
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It depends. It all depends. But then I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to it. I figured I'd got to give it a bit of a fair chance, and I went for the spicy black bean burger.
Okay, so the spicy black bean burger, black bean patty with sunflower seeds and sweet potato.
Yeah.
And pea protein. What does that even mean?
It was, you know what? I didn't even see the peas. What that patty was, Sebastian. And this is coming from someone who also hates beans. Mm-hmm. It was just it's like someone took a bunch of beans and just smashed them up, smushed them up real good, compressed these beans to make them look like a burger. It was a sick joke.
I mean, that's basically exactly what it is. It's the sweet potatoes, pea protein, brown rice, sunflower seeds, black beans, all mashed up together to make the patty. They grill that up, I guess, like they would a burger. Throw some lettuce, maybe tomatoes. I don't know if you said no tomatoes or not, Matthew.
Oh yeah, I said no tomatoes because I looked at the
Thank
menu
goodness.
before and it did include them. But I know I'm going to get some flack because some people think it's fine, think that these vegetarian, these vegan burgers are fine, and I'm just not the audience for it. I'm not the person who's supposed to be buying them because I can't appreciate them. And it's okay if other people can appreciate them, but I can't, and I can't in good conscience condone this.
So, Matthew, what is the issue? What do you take umbrage with exactly that you can't appreciate them and you're going in with such a negative attitude?
It's just a burger is not supposed to be this way. It's supposed to have meat. And
yeah,
it's like someone goes to make a shepherd's pie and they replace the potatoes with mashed up cauliflower, and they replace the corn or whatever or they replace the corn with quinoa, and then they take the meat and they replace it with mushrooms and eggplant and tofu, and they call that a shepherd's pie.
It's just a different thing. Yeah,
it's
just a different thing.
Yeah, like if you're going to make a vegetarian burger, just call it something else.
What would you suggest they call a vegetarian burger, Matthew?
I can't think of anything that wouldn't offend vegetarians.
Now I want to hear it even more.
Well, I haven't thought of one, but it's not going to be good for sure.
So you think about that while I describe my burger.
Okay.
I got the Mushroom Galaxy burger, oven roasted portobello, eggplant, caramelized onions, Swiss style slice. It's not cheese. It's like cheese. What is it? I don't know.
Can't even have the
Lettuce
cheese, eh?
and a garlic sauce, basically a garlic mayo-y thing.
They can't even give you the comfort of cheese.
Right? Now, on the side, I figured I was going to get the full experience. I got a vegan poutine and some kind of organic soda that was like a lemonade-y thing. I basically overpaid for every part of my meal except the burger. I felt the burger was at a fair price. It was just under $10. The small poutine, like a side poutine, was about $8 more, and the soda was another $4. When you go organic and stuff, you're paying more for less.
Yeah, well, maybe I just can't afford being so organic, and that's the problem. Maybe
that is the problem.
But how is a poutine with no cheese?
So it had some kind of fake cheese in there that didn't have the taste or texture of cheese, but it was like cheese. They had a vegetarian-based gravy. That was fine, a little spicy, but I didn't take issue with that. And the sad thing is the French fries, which could be the thing that they could absolutely nail, were not good. They were thin and not soft enough. They were like hard, thin little French fries with spicy gravy and not cheese. It was close to a Fritz sauce, but even then, even if it was just fries, I would have been disappointed with the fries.
Yeah, no, I saw somebody eating their fries. I saw people enjoying their food. I'm not saying it's trash food, but for me, you're not barking up the right tree, Copper Branch.
So Matthew, let's get into it. I want to hear what you actually thought about the burger. You've been beating around the bush a little bit.
Have I been beating around the bush? I'm pretty sure I've been.
Basically implying, well, a little bit. You've been implying, pretty strongly that you did not like it. But let's get into it. What you didn't like, why you didn't like it, how did it feel going down? Did it make you gassy, etc.? I know that's usually not a part of our judgment, but when it comes to a vegetarian burger, I think that's often an issue. Gassiness.
I ate this burger around 8:00 tonight,
Mm-hmm.
and I keep getting these little baby burps because I don't burp very well. I have a very hard time burping. It just doesn't come naturally. But I find after eating this burger, I've got a bunch of little ones, and it's the ghost of this burger that just won't let me rest.
So it indeed made you gassy.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, because I never think of burps as a gas, because it never happens to me. When you say gassy, I'm thinking the other way,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
other end. But no, yeah, you're right.